Okay, so the other thing that I wanted to talk about this game was that Erik Ten Hag had a tactical disaster class in this game because, I mean, you don't have Anthony available because he's got allegations of domestic abuse against him. You don't have Sancho available because you're fighting with him on a personal level, and apparently his training performances are not up to scratch. So you have two bona fide right wingers who are not available. At this point, if I was managing Man United, I would give Garnacho or Pellistri a shout.
Yep.
Even though they're young, they are still wingers. They do have that intensity. They have the legs in them to keep going and keep attacking the Brighton defense, and especially a Brighton defense that didn't have Estupinian in left back.
Yeah.
One of their most established and one of their best players in that back four was not available for this game. Tariq Lamptey was playing in left back. Tariq Lamptey is a good player. He's played really well for Brighton, but he's been largely out of favour at Brighton. He's had loan spells. Even when he's back at the club, he's not been starting. He's barely been getting minutes. He's an untested player. I think it was his first appearance for Brighton this season. There was a great chance there to make something happen from the right wing. And you put either Pellistri or Garnacho up against Lamptey and you have a chance to create something out of that right flank. And he didn't go for that. He went for Bruno at right wing, which is just the worst thing you can do because he has tried Bruno there and it's never worked. Bruno works best when he's playing attacking midfield.
And I think the minute the game plan doesn't seem to work, players are going to somehow float into their favoured areas.
Yeah.
Which also happened with United is that the right wing was basically empty.
It was completely
which
empty.
meant like they could completely overload on the left.
The other option, if you don't want to play Pellistri or Garnacho, play Diego Dallo at right wing, man. You've got him. He's a right back, yes, but you've always understood that he has more attacking capabilities than defensive. And Dallo actually had a good game yesterday when he went up on the attack. He was beating his man fairly well. You know, he did quite well in the attacking third as a right back. Play Dallo at right wing and play Wan-Bissaka right back. Do that. But don't waste your best player, your captain, the guy who you've given the armband to because he is your most influential, your most talented player. Don't waste him on the right wing, which is not his favoured position. Keep him in his favoured position and build the team around him. Don't use him as the scapegoat or as the free range piece that you can move anywhere to solve whatever problems. And he's the kind of player who will say yes. He's exactly like McAllister.
Yeah.
He'll play anywhere. You tell him today you're starting in goal because Onana is not playing well. And
Onana's not able to pass, which is what we bought him for.
Yeah, whatever it is. But you're playing in goal. He'll be like, yeah, sure, I'll play in goal. And he'll train for it and he'll do a decent job. But that does not mean that that's his best position or that he's going to be very effective there.
And also, I think this is not a cup final situation where you need him to give it, those iconic performances. It's a cog in a longer's machine.
Yeah.
Which means you need to play him in the better system. You know what I'm trying to say? Sometimes when it's one of those like feel things, like a moment in a final where your best player is going to be doing a dirty job, which sort of inspires everybody to the best. This is not one of those moments.
Yeah.
This is one of those moments you need to just do the dirty. This is not one of those moments you need to play your best work. The team needs to feel inspired to do their best work than to make some magic happen.
Absolutely.
It needs to feel like habit rather than magic.
Absolutely.
Wow.
That is the line of the episode.
Yeah, I'm coming back to form.
Back to form it is. Just to point out the tactical disaster class that Erik Ten Hag had. Okay. At about 65 minutes, Brighton are 2-0 up. 2 goals down. All right. And the game time is running out. 2 goals down. Brighton at that point, 2 goals up at Old Trafford. Bring on Ansu Fati and João Pedro. João Pedro, young Brazilian striker, lots of promise, very, very lethal in
goes
attack.
on to score.
Who goes on to score very, very soon after. And Ansu Fati, one of the most generational talented players from the Barcelona academy. Career stalled a little bit only because of injuries, but phenomenal talent nonetheless. How he's managed to secure a move to Brighton is anybody's guess, but the fact that Brighton have got him is fantastic. And they're bringing on these 2 players when they're 2-0 up. United bring on Anthony Martial and Hannibal.
Okay, but I'm sorry, but who else do they have other than Martial?
But
who else do you bring on? Isn't he a...
You have Pellistri on the bench. You have Garnacho on the bench. Pellistri and Garnacho came on 85th minute.
Isn't Anthony Martial at some level a proven goal scorer?
No, he's not. He's not.
I mean, he has scored goals.
I mean, that way, to matlab, Hannibal also scored a goal, no?
I think, and also he's more of a physical threat. Maybe,
no,
maybe
he's not. He does nothing. The minute he came on, he completely went missing. He had barely
I'm saying
anything to do with this game.
theoretically.
But football isn't played on theories, no?
But Ten Hag looks like someone who loves theory. Because I was going to say, I thought, okay, Martial was, these are tired defenders, and I think all the more reason because.
But again, I get what you're saying. I get exactly what you're saying. Martial is not the answer. If you have tired defenders that you want people to run at, Pelestri, Garnacho, these are the two young wingers who will do exactly that. They will bring a lot more energy. They will create a lot more.
Physicality was something that
they're physical as well, yeah. And Martial is not real. I mean,
Martial is
he's
a little chonky.
He is a little chonky, yes, but it doesn't amount to shit. It doesn't, because he doesn't.
I mean, it could have made.
It's almost like everybody else at Man United knows कि ये घंटा कुछ करने वाला है, तो उसको बॉल ही नहीं देते वो. और उसको जब भी बॉल मिलता है तभी वो घंटा कुछ करता है. It doesn't work out. In fact, Old Trafford, 75,000 people booed when Martial came on, and he came on for Højlund, the guy who was providing some attacking threat.
Yeah,
who had one goal. Who had a debut goal chalked off because Rashford took the ball outside.
Yeah.
But he had some sense of at least scoring. He was making the right runs. He was doing everything right. And he gets taken off for Martial. Of course, Erik Ten Hag said that he's not still at full match fitness to complete 90 minutes. So fair. You want to protect him. You don't want to aggravate any issues that he might have. So fair. But don't bring on Martial, man.
I mean, I see why he did it. I completely get it. I maybe would have risked Højlund for a little longer. Because, I mean, if you're losing 2-0 to Brighton, I think what else are you saving the player for? Like, as in
the rest of the season.
No, but that means you've.
They're saving him for the Champions League, Mukesh. You remember what that's like?
No, Europa League best.
Are you playing Champions League this season?
We're playing the real league, the League of Champions.
Right.
But it's the Europa League, Amogh. It's the League of Europe, as the name indicates.
Ours is the League of European Champions.
Nonsense. Champions, it seems. It's like the championship. Anyway.